is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello, good evening. It's Saturday night here in the Pacific or in California where I'm currently based. And happy evening to everybody. Good evening, everybody. And if you're watching us from the Philippines, it is 1 p.m. in the afternoon, a beautiful Sunday. Very hot, I was told, in Manila right now. And if you're watching us in different parts of the world, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. And happy viewing to our team replay and our team share. Nako, first honor natin si Rom being David or David. Si Rom, I think you're still in KL, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rom, but happy viewing sa'yo. Happy Sunday po, sabi niya. So you're the first honor for today. Anyways, we are live on PHLB Radio YouTube channel. So if you're not a subscriber yet, please do like, share, and subscribe. And you could click on that notification bell if you want to be notified every time PHLB Radio show is on. And we are also simultaneously airing live on PHLB Facebook page, as well as on different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And if you have Alexa equipment, just say, Alexa, play PHLB Radio. And if you're using Amazon Fire TV, just look for PHLB Radio channel. And as always, you could log on if you have any questions, concern, or any message about any of the shows of PHLB Radio. Just log on to our website, which is www.phlbradio.com. Yan. So happy, sabi ni Rom. Anyway, maganda po yung ating topic for today. Nako, yung tungkol sa mga ghost, hindi po multo. Ghosting. Nako, yung mga hindi nagparamdam, nagpaasa. So that will be nice. It will be a good topic. And before anything else, hopefully ready yung ating back office station ng PHLB Radio. Promote lang natin ng bonggang-bongga yung The Flood, the musical The Flood. It's doing really well in Europe, and it's by the AKA Theater Production. It's an all Filipino production. It's a musical. That's the company. And we're trying to promote them simply because they had a successful run in London. And then because it was so successful, so Ayana Poblete, who is one of the proponents or owner of AKA Theater Inc. or Group, decided to do a tour, a Northern Europe tour, and they just had it several tours. And hopefully, before the end of the show, if our back office can find some of the posters we displayed and aired 2 weeks ago, if we could have that again. The name of the musical is The Flood, and it's getting a wonderful review. And of course, Ayana Poblete is the daughter of Katrina Poblete Salum, as well as who is currently based in Doha, Qatar, from our team Qatar. Yan. So hopefully we could air that later while we finish the show. Kasi medyo we were not prepared to show that earlier. But nonetheless, nako, dun sa mga coming in, maganda ang ating topic for today. I think you guys are very familiar yung mga gino-ghost daw. Ghosting. Yung mga nawala bigla, hindi nagpaparamdam. And you will enjoy the letter because this is something common now. It's a commonplace. It's a colloquial that was coined recently in the past, I would say year or so, and this was heavily featured during the love affair of Gerald Anderson and Bea Alonso, yung actor and actresses from the Philippines. Aba si Val's C is watching us. Hello, Val. Hello to Lisa and to the Lapid Mabasa family. Si Jessa de Chavez Berlasa is watching us from Liliw, Laguna. Happy Chinelas Day. Katrina Poblete Salum, I just promoted the flood. You just missed it by 5 minutes. Hilda is watching as well. Si Valerie is watching us from Inglewood, California. Nako, ang mga kababaihan natin at kalalakihan na rin will have a wonderful time with our show today, and siguro all of you would be able to give some advice, comments, and opinion regarding our letter sender. Itatago natin sa pangalang Doris. Okay, Doirs. Napakaganda ng kanyang letter, at I think it is a commonplace. It is being talked about right now. Yung mga ghost, hindi multo ha, parang minulto. Ghosting, kumbaga. Sabi ni Hilda, hello po sir. Si Valerie is a very astute baker. Ano siya? Sa pastry connoisseur. One of these days will show some of her products na for sale. Ang sarap. Nako. It is not so, hindi siya masyadong matamis, but I was able to sample some of her sweets ng kanyang mga tinitinda. She has her own company that you could order yung mga leche plan, brazo de Mercedes, macaroon with something, and for sure you would have a wonderful time especially if you are within the LA County area. She will be taking orders, and we will try to promote that in our next shows. Pag pinadala na sa atin ang picture ni Val. Tapos sabi ni Katrina Poblete, sabi niya, ang internet ko nakikisama sa title mo, Tito Josh Andowit, nang go-ghosting din. Ay, nako, Katrina. Okay. So, hello to everybody. Ito na, medyo mahaba yung letter, pero sana kapulutan natin ang araw yung mga mahilig mag-ghost dyan. Okay, title for today, Na Ghosted Ako. Yan, ang title ng episode for today. Na Ghosted Ako. Yan. Sabi niya, Dear Kuya Josh, magandang araw sa inyong lahat sa taga-kapat. Ay, naku, teka muna. Nagababa ka lang ang aking Tagalog. Dear Kuya Josh, magandang araw sa iyo sa taga-kapakinig. So I guess listeners, sige, Englishin ko lang. Listeners at taga-panood or viewers ng show na Dear Kuya Josh. Maraming salamat sa show mo dahil nakakapulutan ng maraming aral at naia-apply ko sa araw-araw. I was wanting to email you for the longest time, pero just like a lot of us, medyo nahihiya ako para ikwento ang nangyari sa akin. Pero dahil nga sa mga letters na binabasa mo on air at sa mga comments, opinion at saka advice, naisip kong why not, di ba? Why not email you my story? Baka makakuha rin ako ng ibang pointers, not only from you, but from the listeners and the viewers as well. More power sa'yo, sa PHLV Radio, at maraming salamat for having a show like yours dito sa net. Okay. Maraming salamat din, Doris. At pinapatago niya sa pangalang Doris. Actually, that's not her real name. As always. So anyways, maraming salamat as always din sa mga maganda mong sinasabi about us. Tapos sabi niya, Kuya Josh, I am Doris, 28 years old, dalaga pa naman. I work as a manager in a company in Los Angeles. Naku, taga rito pala to. Okay. Siyempre, yung LA po, hindi po LA yun. Iba pong county siya. And I always hide the place, as always, at ang name. Para hindi malaman kung sino siya. I have been with the company for several years and I truly love my job. I met Manuel inside the elevator one morning in the same building where we work. Yan. Honestly, I find him yummy. because of his well-built physique. In short, gwapo siya. Matangkad, lalaking lalaki. Barako, kumbaga. We bump into several times sa elevator at after a week, nagkalakas yata siya ng loob. He asked for my cell number and requested for my Facebook account. I did not hesitate to give my cell number and my FB account. Ako pa, ang gwapo kaya. Kuya Josh, that same night, he did a friend request sa FB ko, which of course I accepted. An hour later, he called me on my cell. We spoke for hours about his background, his dreams, his family. Kuya Josh, every day he would text me with cute quotes and some lovely verses. Super sweet niya. He even said he likes me so much that he will do everything to be his eventually. O di ba ang saya? Ako naman ay super touched sa mga gestures niya. Kilig na kilig ako to the bone naman sa mga texts niya sa akin, pati ang everyday phone conversation namin. I look forward to his texts and his calls. Hindi complete ang araw ko until I see his text in the morning because I know may text din yan sa midday at sa evening. This became routine na that I really look forward to. Kuya Josh, after a month of these texts and calls, he said that he loves me and would really like me to be his girlfriend. Ako naman, ang gusto niyang maging partner for life. He wants to make it official daw. Super kilig ako talaga, kuya. To the max, hearing these words. Dahil nga I know how I feel about him. I said, I love you too, to him. He was screaming with happiness upon hearing this from me. He made plans for me to meet his family. He is so happy daw to introduce me to them at he is so happy daw to introduce me to them and to let them know na ako ang girlfriend niya. Sobrang saya namin sa mga sumunod na mga araw. When we went on with our daily texts and calls, we start planning on our future. We finally decided to go out on a weekly basis. We finally decided to go out on a weekly dates as well, which were superbly wonderful. Kuya, after 2 months of dating, suddenly the text became infrequent. Paminsan-minsan na lang. I told him, what happened? I asked, which he would profusely say sorry. Panay ang hingi niya ng pasensya. Even the daily calls became once in a while na lang. He said he was busy with work. Again, he will wholeheartedly apologize. Kuya, dahil mahal ko na nga siya, I gave him the space and the understanding na baka nga busy lang siya sa work. I also think okay lang din na paminsan-minsan ma-miss namin ang isa't isa. Honestly, it was way difficult for me kasi nga I love him na. I lost sleep waiting for his texts and calls. On my end, I would text and call him pero hindi siya online or the calls would be left unanswered. Kuya Josh, alam mo ba yung feeling na gustong-gusto mo siyang makausap pero hindi niya sinasagot ang phone calls mo? Alam mo ba yung lagi kong hawak ang cellphone ko dahil I'm waiting for his text like before. Every time my phone would sound, check ko agad. Eagerly waiting na baka text niya yon. Every time na mag-ring ang cellphone ko, I look kung call niya yon. Ang hirap sa dibdib, ang sikip sa dibdib to look forward to his texts and calls pero wala namang nare-receive. Kuya, ang lalong masakit, wala nang texts and calls from him. It has been a while now. I do not see him sa elevator like before. Sabi ng close friends ko na ghosting daw ako. I only heard of the word ghosting kay Bea Alonso in one of her interviews before. She mentioned that Gerald Anderson, na boyfriend niya before, ghosted her. I was not truly aware what ghosting meant. Kasi ghost for me ay multo. Paano naman naging multo si Gerald when he is still much alive, di ba? So I looked the meaning of ghosting sa dictionary. Ghosting pala, according to Webster, is a relatively new colloquial dating term that refers to abruptly cutting off contact with someone without giving that person any warning or explanation for doing so. Even when the person being ghosted reaches out to initiate contact or gain closure, they are met with silence. As you can see, it's called ghosting because it involves someone essentially vanishing into thin air as if they were a ghost. Ghosting can also occur, sabi pa ng Webster, on social media. It involves cutting off all social media contacts with another person without explanation. The other person may unfriend, unfollow, or even block you on all social media platforms. They may even go as far as deactivating or deleting their social accounts to prevent all contacts. By that meaning, Kuya Josh, feeling ko na ghosted nga ako. Ay nako, ang hirap pala na paasahin ka, paibigin ka, only to find out na i-ghost ka lang para. I'm hoping na sana nakikinig siya o makinig siya sa email kong ito. I hope na hindi niya ito ginagawa sa iba. Dahil it is so unfair, Kuya Josh, it is so unfair to me na after with all the texts and with all the calls, with all the texts and all the calls na ginawa niya sa akin at pinaibig niya ako, then he will just drop me like nothing. Hay nako, please help. Give me advice, give me comments, give me your opinion regarding ghosting. Ang nag-umaasa sa mga bagay na maitutulong mo sa akin ng iyong taga-listeners and sa mga nanonood, Doris. Nako! Ay, nako. Teka muna, before I go further, maraming nakapasok dito. Si Olan Botial is watching us from Parañaque. Sabi ni Olan, my neighbor Kuya Josh. Hey, my neighbor. Ano yun? Happy blessed Sunday ngayon everyone. Sabi niya si Olan. Sabi niya si Cindy. Si Cindy of course is the owner of Paduk Production Inc. na currently in Hawaii. Nako, si Cindy ay very jet setter na producer. And marami siyang mga shows upcoming. The Sopronia Vasquez as well as the Jaya Sings Asarcon at saka yung si Elias TV. Yan. Si Roy Nick Hernandez watching us from Quezon City. Si Cindy watching us originally from Ohio. Ngayon nasa sa Oahu, Hawaii. Si Gilda Cooper is a good friend from Carson, California. Tapos sino pa? Sabi, Gilda, late ako. No. Si John Duque is watching. Don is a member of Hagibis USA, which will have a US tour soon. Yan. Si Gilda Cooper, ouch naman, ghosting hurts. Okay, eto yung sa mga bagong, yung mga na-late. Happy viewing to everybody. So ito ay email ni Doris sa atin. 28 years old si Doris. She is a manager here daw in Los Angeles, California. Ang kanyang letter ay pertaining to Manuel na na-meet niya sa kanyang sa elevator. They bump into each elevator kasi si Manuel ay nagtatrabaho sa same building where she works at. And si Doris has been with the company na pinagtatrabuhan niya for the longest time. Itong si Manuel daw, lagi silang nagbabump into at napaka-gwapo, lalaking lalaki, ganda raw ng katawan, at may attraction agad si Doris kay Manuel. So after a week of bumping into each other, nagkalakas daw ng loob si Manuel na hingin ang cellphone number at ang Facebook account ni Doris. Si Doris naman, syempre sabi niya, kilig na kilig nga siya, binigay agad niya. So that same day, nag-friend request agad si Manuel. At the same time, same day also, tumawag sa cellphone niya. And that phone call lasted for hours. Not only text, but also calls. And they talk about family background. They talk about past experiences. They talk anything under the sun. At 3 times a day, tinetext siya ng in the morning, midday, at saka evening. Araw-araw yon plus phone calls. So naging habit na yon until kasi sinabi nga ron ni Manuel sa kanya, I like you. So siya naman kilig na kilig. So they've been calling each other, texting each other for a month. After a month daw, nagsabi na si Manuel na I love you, I want to make it official na sana girlfriend na kita. Without hesitation, si Doris ay hindi na nagpatumpik-tumpik and she said, yes, let's do it. So I love you rin. So after that, they went on dates. Wala naman siyang sinabi kung binigay na niya ang bataan o binigay niya. Basta may weekly date sila. And but for some reason, after a few months daw, yung text ni Manuel sa kanya na araw-araw at araw-araw 3 times a day plus yung phone call, naging paminsan-minsan, naging infrequent na lang. Hindi na lagi-lagi. Paminsan-minsan na lang. So, minsan nalilimutan at pag kinocall niya yung attention ni Manuel, sinasabi na Manuel na sorry, ganyan. Tapos, then all of a sudden, pati yung calls, hindi na rin. Tapos all of a sudden, parang hindi lang yung calls, pero si Doris then she will initiate texting and calling si Manuel, pero no reply at no text back. So na-worried na tong si Doris to the point wherein all of a sudden, wala na. Parang wala ng communication, wala ng calls, wala ng text. So she cannot understand. And when she tries to call daw si Manuel, it is unanswered at yung text naman hindi na re-reply back. So feeling niya, parang naglaho si Manuel. Hindi na, siya naman, she would not go out of her way to go kasi parang syempre being a Filipina, babaeng Filipina, ayaw magmukhang desperado pero sabi niya nahihirapan siya masikip sa dibdib kasi sabi nga niya, do you know daw Kuya Jush yung feeling na you are always holding your phone hoping na pag may nag-text o nag-notify, may notification na may nakareceive ka ng text, she keeps looking baka kay Manuel galing yun. And to her disappointment, hindi kay Manuel at hindi nga nagte-text. Tapos pag nag-ring yung kanyang cellphone, dahil hawak-hawak niya lagi, she keeps looking at and checking her cellphone, baka may mga missed call. But again, to her disappointment, to her dismay, there's no calls whatsoever. So when she confined yung situation niya, kasi nga it is very hard for her na mabigat na sa dibdib niya, so she confined with some of her friends. At sinabi nga sa kanya, nako, na ghost ka, you are being ghosted. So yun nga, hindi niya alam what ghosting means. So yun nga, chinek niya si dictionary. Sinabi niya, kasi ang narinig lang niya before about ghosting was the Bea Alonso, yung actress na si Bella Alonso with Jared Anderson, na nagkaroon nga ng ghosting. Kasi ang alam talaga raw ni Doris, ang ghost ay multo. So hindi niya alam what ghosting meant until she checked Webster Dictionary at yun na nga, it's a recently dating colloquial wherein hindi parang naglaho, the person vanished out of thin air, parang no more after yung text and calls, all of a sudden nawala na. All of a sudden parang naging multo, totally multo. That's why she wrote us a letter Kasi nga, she want to know what's our opinion, what do you think, what she should do, should she pursue pa si Manuel, or she should just leave it at that, or what's our opinion, our take on the whole concept of ghosting. Yon. At yun ang kanyang, that's the whole essence, that's the whole synopsis, that's the whole summary of her email to us. Ayan. Teka muna, tingnan natin. Sabi ni Gilda Cooper from Carson, ouch naman, ghosting hurts. Yan. Si Tony, Antonio Alcid is watching us from Cavite City, Cavite. Sa inyo, hi Josh. Hi to Malen as well, Tony. Yan. Teka, bago to Destileria Buendia, pa-shout out po. Destileria Buendia, teka muna, are you part of Buendia's Project 7? So happy viewing sa iyo, Destileria Buendia. Si Tyrone Villa, Tyrone, we need to talk. Tawagan kita after my show. Sa niya, Tyrone is watching us from Quezon City. And happy viewing sa iyo at sa wife mo, pati sa anak mo. Tyrone is a good friend of mine in the country. And definitely, Tyrone, I'll hook up with you in May. I'll be visiting again soon. Yeah, so Destileria Buendia, where are you watching us from? So I could give you a good shout out. But happy viewing sa'yo. So while we're waiting sa mga magko-comments dito sa ghosting na to, teka muna. Ulitin natin ang meaning ng ghosting na binigay sa atin nitong ating letter sender na si Doris. Okay, para doon sa mga hindi masyadong familiar sa kung ano ba yung ghosting. Ghosting daw is a relatively new colloquial dating term that refers to abruptly cutting off contact with someone without giving that person any warning or explanation for doing so. Even though the person being ghosted, kahit na yung person being ghosted, reach it out to initiate contact or gain closure, they're met with silence. As you can see, it's called ghosting because it involves someone essentially vanishing into thin air as if they were a ghost. Yan. Yon. So, ito yung ano ko, while we're waiting for our comments from our listeners and viewers. Unang-una, sana si Manuel, and hopefully Manuel, it is not right to ghost anybody. It is not acceptable in social parlance, in social milieu, in social environment. Hindi maganda nag-ghost kayo ng tao. Okay? Tapos, duktong ko lang before I continue. Social gathering, ghosting can also occur in social media. It involves cutting off all social media contact with another person without explanation. The other person may unfriend, unfollow, or even block you on all social media platforms. Yan. Hey, teka muna, bago i-continue nyo sa akin si Katrina Poblete. Muna, si Katrina is watching us. Poblete Salom is watching us from Doha, Qatar. Sabi niya, Doris, take it as an experience which is a learning curve. Hindi malayo na it will happen again kasi you met Manuel sa common area. Meaning, both of you will definitely meet people from different walks of life. Baka isa ka lang sa mga elevator rides relationship niya. This is just my assessment. It's easy to say move on, pero girl, isipin mo na lang your relationship with him was one of a funny elevator ride. Diba? Medyo very light naman yung kay Katrina. Parang consider it as a passing fancy. Kumbaga, one of those relationship. So in a way, maganda, parang take it lightly. Okay yun Pero ako yung sa concept ng ghosting, sabi niya, Destileria Buendia, kilala ko to. Ito ay sila Jojo Buendia at saka Joy Buendia, business page namin. Gumawa ng pinakamasarap na lambanog sa Liu, Laguna. Oh, I heard about this. Kilala ko to. Ito yung number one lambanog company dyan sa Liu, Laguna, which I will definitely taste one of these days. Yan. So, yan. Yung mga taga-Liliw, pwede kayo umorder sa Distilleria or Buendia Distilleria. Can't even say words today. Si Rom Bin David, sabi niya, Rom, I think you're from Kuala Lumpur, right? Sabi niya, IMHO, ibig sabihin, in my humble opinion, Doris, if you want a closure, find ways to see him personally. Baka may sakit or what, or say goodbyes. Just make it memorable to you for short romance series. Just move forward for your next love story. Keep praying. Thanks for sharing. Yan. Yun nga magandang advice yan, Rom. Kasi nga I will echo that in a minute. Pero balik muna tayo sa concept ng ghosting. Unang-una, yung ghosting, hindi maganda yan. Yung paasa, huwag kayo magpapaasa. At besides, sabi nga yung marami sa atin kasi na it's always nice to be honest to people, especially like itong nangyari kay Manuel at kay Doris. Ang nangyari kasi 'di ba yung parang yung text and calls became a habit. Tapos parang then you were waiting, naging parang fixture na yung calls and text. All of a sudden, parang cold turkey, hindi na nangyari. And it hurts, especially pag nagka-develop pa na ng feelings. So ghosting for me, it's not acceptable in any social setting. Why can't you not just pick up the phone and say, look, we're going too fast. If I'm Manuel, I would say, hey Doris, we went so fast, masyadong mabilis ang mga bagay-bagay, ang mga pangyayari. I think we need to give ourselves some space, some break. Then explain your situation, explain what's going on. Pero yung just to drop Doris o kung ano man yung nabubuong relasyon ninyo, cold turkey, that is totally unacceptable. Echo ko rin yung kay Rome. Maganda rin yung suggestion ni Rome na maybe Doris, if you find it in your heart para mawala na yung agam-agam mo, yung iyong worry, yung iyong hurt in what you're feeling right now, why not reach out? If you said you're texting him, you are calling him pero no reply on his end and no response on your calls, find it in your heart to find a way to reach out. Find a way to reach out. Siguro to say, sabi mo nga, nasa isang building lang kayo. Kung hindi na kayo nagkikita sa elevator, I would echo rin yung sinabi ni Rome. Malay mo may reason. Malay mo may sakit pala. Meron palang may valid reason kung bakit nag-stop ang calls. Wag naman something bad happened to him, pero the only way you Doris would have a closure is if you make an effort to reach out and personally find him para malaman mo baka mamaya may nangyari namang hindi maganda, and here you are thinking, you're overthinking things na hindi naman pala. Malay mo nagkasakit, malay mo na aksidente. I know it's too morbid to think of those, but things happen for some reasons. And I think, Doris, don't just jump into conclusion na nag-ghost ka. Baka may valid reason. One of the things that came to mind, especially if you are in a habit of watching old movies, yung there's this movie na ginamit naman na love affair ni Annette Bening at saka ni yung naging asawa niya, si Warren Beatty. They're supposed to meet dun sa An Affair to Remember is the original film, the Debla Carr. At saka I think it's Cary Grant, but it was remade to Love Affair. Then they were together, tapos they were supposed to meet sa Empire State Building and it didn't happen. Pero yung, and then of course yung female character was thinking na ano siya, ano siya, hindi sila nagkita do sa meeting place sila that they're supposed to meet para to continue their affair, pero hindi sila nagkakita. So the other person, the other party was thinking na napakawalang kwenta nung partner simply because hindi siya sinimpot ng girl. Tapos parang wala, then mag-move on, the hurt was there, only to find out after everything was said and done, yung pala hindi nakasipot yung other party dun sa meeting place nila because there was this tragic accident that happened dun sa lead character dahil na aksidente on the way to their meeting place. So I'm using that as analogy to echo yung sinabi ni Rom na baka mamaya nagkasakit, baka na hospital, o baka may nangyari doon sa kay Manuel. Kaya Doris, don't just jump into conclusion. I understand you worried. I understand it was painful na all of a sudden na something na naging habit na para sa'yo, na something you look forward to, yung text, yung calls, all of a sudden hindi nangyayari. It's not happening anymore. But instead of you jumping into conclusion or thinking or overthinking what could have happened, or na ghost ka or you were ghosted, why not look at it differently? Why not try to reach out and go to his place of business and nonchalantly check out what happened? Baka mamaya there's really reason, and be ready when you go and try to reach out to him personally. Be ready for what could the thing that you could uncover or discover. There's only possibility, but for your own sake, Doris, it is very important for you to know the truth. Because instead of you feeling so bad, instead of you feeling so hurt that you were ghosted, okay, because you will be ghosted if you find out na talagang umayaw lang pala, then he all of a sudden he just gave up on you, then yeah, sure enough, you were ghosted. Pero you never know until you would know personally, until you know exactly what went on and what happened to Manuel. Yan. Teka muna, and of course you pray. Yun ang duktong ni Rome. As always, I tell you guys, and I always advise to pray for the Supreme Being that you believe and you venerate, because it is important, because there's no better weapon in life other than prayers. Yeah. Si Roland Sabila is watching us. Sabi niya, hi Roland, I think you're done. I think you are watching us from Los Angeles, right? Sabi ni Olan Botia from Paranaque, paasa nga Kuya Jush. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Yeah. At first, okay nga kasi parang bakit, di ba? Bakit I love you pa, di ba, Olan? Yun din ang ano ko. Pero, I tend to agree kila Rom na dapat may closure talaga. You really need to reach out. Si Louie Roa, the Fil-Am Valideer, at natin dito sa ating PHLV radio, at meron siyang Friday night with Louie Roa, is watching from Seattle, Washington. I think Louie is having some concerts also. I think Louie will be part of the show of Jaya Sings a Sarcon, right, Louie? So yan, sabi pa ni Olan Botia, but when hope is realized, it can bridge. Okay, ulit. But when hope is realized, it can bring a sense of upliftment and a renewed sense of well-being. Baka nga may problema siya. Yeah, totoo. Baka naman may reason si Manuel why the calls and the text stop. Diba? So huwag kang mag-isip, Doris, ng something bad. Be optimistic. Baka there's a reason, there's a valid reason. So before you jump into conclusion, before you make a judgment, try to reach out and personally talk it out with Manuel. Baka there's something underlying reason why the call stopped at yung tech stop as well. Kasi hindi natin alam. There's so many journeys happening to each one of us, and for us to jump into a conclusion and to think of something negative about the other person, hindi rin fair yon. But as a ghosting term is concerned, I say this to everybody, wag po tayong mag-ghost. Ghosting is not ideal. Ghosting is not nice. Tapos dun sa mga social media naman, if you have friends, I would say, I always tell people, do not unfriend. Pwedeng unfollow kasi may mga, and I always get this we have friends na talagang pati kinakain nila, pati damit nila, nag-OOTD, outfit of the day, pinopost, anything, pati pagsakay nila sa sasakyan, everything, every minute of the day pinopost sa media, sa social media, sa Facebook, sa Instagram, sa TikTok and all that. So if that bothers you at medyo na-flood ang inyong social media dahil sa mga posting ng friend nyo, wag naman, do not unfriend. Unfollow na lang. Unfriend kasi is totally parang sa totoong buhay, hindi mo na siya kaibigan. So not only hindi na makikita yung mga posting mo, hindi rin mo makikita yung posting niya. My suggestion to people who came to me and asked for my opinion, huwag niyong unfollow niyo lang, because by unfollowing, lahat ng posting niya hindi nyo makikita. Whatever posting na ginawa ng friend na in-unfollow mo, you will not have that on your wall anymore unless pupunta ka sa kanyang wall at makita mo yung posting doon. I think that's the best way for you not to be flooded by the posting of such friend. Instead of unfriending that friend, it's best to unfollow lang. At please, huwag nyo naman i-block, not unless block nyo kapag yung medyo below the belt na, o talagang it's driving you nuts, o meron mga criticisms sa inyo na unpleasant, or something na masyadong negative, then that's the time you block that person. Okay? Sabi ni, ito muna. Sabi pa ni Ron Bin David, sabi niya, kung nag-ghosting ka, prepare mo na rin, baka may gaslighting din. Uy, Ron, hindi ko alam yung gaslighting. Paki-explain, kung nag-ghosting ka, prepare mo na rin, baka may gaslighting din. Ano yung gaslighting? Ako? Parang parang nahuhuli na ako sa mga millennials na term. Sabi ni Tony or Antonio Alcid, I agree, Josh. It is simply unacceptable. A bit of advertise. Kaya mo na. Ay, lapitan ko tong phone na to. I agree, Josh. It is simply unacceptable. So a bit of advisement, set a time frame. If after all, still no contact, it is best to move on and live your life happily. Exert any means to determine, if possible, the cause, but if no significant arises from the ghosting, let it go. Yan. Maganda. So parang sinabi nga ni Tony, na mag-set ka ng time frame, Doris, at pag nag-try ka at walang nangyari, at nothing happened to you, your possible reaching out to him, ay siguro time to move on na rin, di ba? Tapos si Erlinda Gulayan Cercado said, hello Sir Josh, hello to everyone, hello to you as well. Ay, nawala. Okay, yun. Tapos si Olan, sabi ni Olan Botial, baka may karibal. Hello, Ola, it's funny you said that. I was thinking baka 'di ba nagka-meet sila sa elevator. So baka mamaya meron na rin nakita o may nakilala rin si Manuel sa elevator. I mean, of course we don't know, and the only time na malalaman natin kapag talagang I agree talaga yung sa sinabi nga na reach out now that you text at walang respond at Doris at nag-call ka at walang answer. I think since you mentioned that you work in the same building, I think it's best for you either you find a padrino or a liaison na mapuntahan yung kanyang place of work at to check sa kanyang well-being kung ano nangyari talaga kay Manuel. Tapos kung naman walang nangyari kay Manuel, siguro find a way, invite him, personally invite him for a coffee, at sabi nyo, nagde-date naman kayo before, at para magkaroon ng closure, at para for your peace of mind na rin, and I think you should be honest to him and say what he did was wrong, kung hindi naman siya na aksidente o hindi siya nagkasakit, na mali yung ginawa niyang na magpaasa at paibigin ka at paasahin with the love and meeting the parents and all that, na it should not yung it's good kasi to always be honest with your feelings para magkaroon ng satisfaction also on your end, Doris, at magkaroon ng closure. And after you said your piece, after you said what's in your heart, what's in your mind, then I think for me, my advice to you is then learn to move on. Because if Manuel would not give you a good reason for ghosting you, then be warned. It's already an indicator. It's already a red flag that it could happen again. 'Di ba? Especially na sabi mo nga nahulog na yung love mo, nahulog na yung kalooban mo, nahulog ka na sa kanya. So imagine if this happened again when you are so deeply in love already with Manuel, and this happened again. If you are hurting now, imagine the gravity of pain that you have to endure because of the ghosting that has been done to you. Mas masakit yun. O dagdag ni Rom David, sabi niya, pinauso mo nga pinauso mo na nga Bea Gerald breakup. Gaslighting, psychological manipulation, questioning own self-sanity. Making yourself guilty instead. Yung pala, pinauso po. Okay. Okay, ulitin ko to. Pasensya na. Sabi niya, ang gaslighting, di ba, I ask ko ano yung gaslighting? Kasi kung meron daw, baka gaslighting. Pinauso po ng Bea Alonso Gerald breakup. Gaslighting is psychological manipulation, questioning own self-sanity, making yourself guilty instead. Yung pala yun. O, di ba? Mga Gen Z, Gen Z at saka mga ibang generation, 'di ba? So yung pala ang gaslighting. Si Jules is watching as well from San Francisco. Happy viewing sa iyo. Yun. So nako again Doris, the whole concept of ghosting, I am not appreciative of that. I hope that any of us will never ever experience, let alone ghost anybody, kasi it's not good. It's not becoming of a good person to ghost anybody. Kasi if you're not interested anymore, if with anybody, whether your friends or any relationship that you have right now, friends, just be honest and accept and be man enough or woman enough or be respeto na lang being as a person to be able to tell that person why you're not interested anymore or what the problem is, why you lost interest, instead of you ghosting or just vanishing in thin air, instead of you mawala na lang out of the blue, you drop everything and not communicating, because it's not right and it's not fair for that person not knowing exactly what went on, why all of a sudden you do not want to communicate anymore. You drop the bomb, you drop the relationship, especially when you have a good understanding and you have a good relationship going on already at may mga like and love kang nasabi sa taong yun. It is always admirable to be honest and to tell that person what turned you off, what was the red flag, and sabi nga, it is always nice to just tell the truth because the truth will always set us free. And it's not good kasi I believe kasi na eventually kung ikaw yung na-ghost, eventually how would you feel? Put yourself in that situation wherein ikaw naman ang na-ghost. Ikaw naman ang makatikim ng ghosting. How would you feel, di ba, na after you think that you have a good relationship and a healthy relationship with someone, whether friends, your loved ones, or anybody, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, hindi ka na nagko-communicate. All of the blue, you don't text anymore, you don't call anymore, nawala ka na lang bigla. How would you feel, especially when you made it a reason na you were together, na you're doing so well, you're building music together, 8x of music, and then all of a sudden you drop the other party, the other person, like a hot potato. That's not fair, and it's not even right, and it's not even just. Yan. Sabi ni Jules, sabi niya, good evening Josh, good evening sa iyo rin, and happy viewing sa inyong lahat. So yun ang ano natin. Sabi ni Gilda Gooper from Carson, California, word is man up. The word is man up. Be frank with people you had feelings before. Absolutely, sabi, tamang-tama yan. Man up and be frank, be honest with people you had feelings before. It will not hurt them. It's better to tell them how you feel now instead of you just dropping them in thin air and it just not communicating anymore. It's not fair. It's not right. Yan. So Doris, unang-una maraming salamat. I think that it is so timely for us. One, thank you for letting us know, or even for educating us what ghosting is about. I appreciate much that you share your story with us. And I hope kung marinig to ni Manuel will reach out to you and give you the closure that you need. Ako naman, like what I said, reach out to him. Use a liaison where you could see him personally and to check on him, on his welfare, kung ano talaga nangyari. Because you deserve a closure. You deserve an answer. You deserve an answer to what went on. Because that's the only time that I think you would find peace in your heart and you will feel satisfied and then that would be the beginning of you moving on. Yan. Si Chika V blog is watching. Nako Chika, please let us know where you're calling or watching us from, and happy viewing sa'yo. Those people who came in late, like what I said, feel free to check our PHLV Radio YouTube channel right after the show. This particular show and any of the past shows of PHLV Radio will be posted. So going back, Doris, maraming salamat for having the courage to write us your email or emailing us your story. Much appreciated. At sana like me, marami ako natutunan sa email mo. At sana marami rin, we will be warned not to ghost anybody at all because it's really not right. It's not fair to anybody to ghost anybody. At sana no one of any of us would experience being ghosted. At let us not ghost anyone as well. So with that, nako, another show has been concluded. Maraming salamat as always. Yesterday, I was under the weather for Alam mo ba, with Josh and the Wit. So I requested the station to do a replay. Pero maraming salamat dahil marami pa rin nanood ng interview ko kay Nino Alejandro. And it was in a way, my tribute to the Alejandro family for the untimely demise of an untimely passing of the original kilabot ng mga kolehiyala, and that's none other than the legendary Haji Alejandro. And of course, Nino Alejandro is the nephew of Haji and a close cousin, first cousin ni Rachel Alejandro, na daughter naman ni Haji. So I know a lot of you texted me that you enjoyed that show, that Nino is such an amazing singer, and he's a concert producer and a songwriter as well. So maraming salamat for tuning in. I apologize, I was kind of under the weather, and I was nursing. Akala ko magtutuloy yung colds na kahapon, but maraming salamat rin sa inyong pakikinig at panonood kahapon sa Alam Mo Ba. So today, I made sure na mag-live ako kasi a lot of you were worried kung bakit ako nag-replay. Nonetheless, you guys watch it pa rin. So maraming salamat for doing that. Sabi ni Olan Botial, kala ko sa politics lang meron. Sila pala nagpauso niyan. Yung ghosting. Oo, ang nagpauso niya si Bea at saka si Jara. Doon ko unang narinig yung word na ghosting. Sabi ni Jo Buendia or ni Joy Buendia from Distilleria Buendia, the best maker of lambanog based in Liliw, Laguna. Tulad din ako sa iyo next time. Mag-seek din ako ng advice mo. Looking forward. The Buendias of Liliw, Laguna. Looking forward to that. At hopefully we could give not only myself but the viewers and the listeners would be able, sa totoo lang, yung mga advice at comments at saka opinion, talagang very helpful not only for me but for everybody. We are getting a lot of constructive emails sa amin at mga commendation na talagang you guys really enjoy, immensely enjoy yung mga napapag-usapan mga topics natin dito sa show nating Dear Kuya Jush. So maraming salamat. And with that, another show has been done for today, for tonight. Maraming salamat again sa inyong lahat. At whatever is left of the weekend, enjoy the rest of it. Be safe, everybody. At as a reminder, all the times before I close any of my shows, I advise ko po lagi, kahit na very challenging in this day and age, we try to be kind because you can never go wrong with kindness. And any act of kindness that you show to people or you give to people, it will come back to you in so many ways, in different times, with different people, with different situation. At choose to be happy po. Choose to be happy. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, today I'll be happy because it will set the whole tone. Regardless of the trials and the challenge and the problem that might occur that day, believe me, if you choose to be happy, you would get into your day with a smile. And yung last ko pong laging sinasabi sa inyo, always pray. Pray for guidance, pray for a wonderful day. Pray for a wonderful life because the prayer talaga, it is the best weapon that was given to us, and it could be in any form. Okay? So maraming salamat again for tuning in. Another show for next week on Friday, as well as may interviewin tayo, napakagandang bini next Friday for Alam Mo Ba. I will give you that as soon as possible. Tapos we have a brand new letter again, and thank you for those people sending letters to us, not only to the station but also here maraming salamat po for doing that. At I only wished happiness, peace, and protection for all of us. God bless us all. Until next time, signing off muna po si Kuya Josh. Ito, papahinga ng konti. So maraming salamat for tuning in. Good night, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. Happy viewing, Team Replay and Team Share. Good night, everybody. God bless us all. Bye-bye, everyone.